Hello everybody. Today myself and Shay are going to be taking a first look at Night Model's upcoming Batman Escape from Arkham Asylum. A game where you play the bad guys as you attempt to get out of a hospital for the criminally insane.
Which we are.
Well, yeah.
I'm not talking about the game.
No, neither am I. So, there's a few different bits in it. We're not going to play through a regular game from start to finish. Instead, we're going to show you how the game actually plays out, how you start by picking your escape plan and building your map and that sort of thing. And then go through some of the other phases later on, like possibly encountering Batman, hopefully escaping the asylum past the boss. So the way it begins is you have a security tracker and a escape plan. So the security tracker is fairly simple. It starts off at green level of security, which is a difficulty 3. If there are any things to do, any tests to make or resolve, you use that value. This can go up into yellow and into red. When you hit yellow, it goes up to difficulty 4, and red is difficulty 5. Red can also deploy Batman.
Yeah, just casually. Yeah. Just Batman.
It's only Batman. There is a full lockdown in Arkham, and unfortunately, they lock the doors with Batman somewhere inside. Hopefully, we won't run into him, but hey ho. Apart from that, you have, in case of emergency, break glass, which is Batman's equipment. When he appears, he will get one of those equipment flipped over. If we manage to drive him away by doing enough damage, that card is discarded, and then the next time he reappears, then a new piece of equipment is given to him. So it changes things up. He's not always the same, and he's not always going to be... You may be ideally suited to deal with Batman up close, and then potentially the card will give him a benefit or up armor him, something like that. It's a bit freaky. Down the bottom, we have a alarm panel. That can fill up and offer challenges during the game. And we also have a timer. So we may be told by events to increase or decrease this timer. When it hits 10, unfortunately, game is over. We lose, and the police have come to help subdue the riot in Arkham. So just going to throw a little counter there at the moment. Okay, so our zipline escape shows us how to set up Arkham. So, number of rooms is 5. And then there are specific rooms we need to complete the plan. So we have the infirmary, rehab, cafeteria, monitoring center. So we'll need those specific rooms, and then we'll also need adjoining corridors. Now for this, every room gets a corridor, but then you also have additional corridors based on the amount of players. And the game can be played from 1 to 5, so you can play it solo. If you're playing it solo, you have 4 bonus corridors. For 2 players like us, we get 5 bonus corridors. Ooh. So, rooms, we need rehabilitation, cafeteria, Hugo Strange's office. Possibly not.
Don't want to go in there.
Zaz's padded cell.
Comfy.
He's a delightful man.
Is he?
Zaz, if you're unaware of Batman, every time he kills somebody, he carves a tally mark into his flesh. He's absolutely covered in them. Security room, audio-visual monitoring center. That's another one of our needed. And we don't have an infirmary, but we do have the therapy room, so we're going to substitute that. This is, after all, a prototype. So,
close enough anyway.
So we have that, and then we also need 1 for each of us. Indeed. And 1 more to bring us up to our 5. So, if you want to flip those over and start shuffling those.
Can do.
I'm going to say that one's not being used. And these 3 are. So that's our 5th. And then 1 for Bane and 1 for the Joker. Because those are our players.
There we are.
Okay. So when we deploy these, we deploy them whatever way we want, and you start right off the bat with 3 corridors, and these can be attached to your cell in any way you want. However, because we want to keep things on camera, we're going to keep them there. You could put this tile in the middle of your table and then radiate out from them. Doesn't really matter. Each of these corridors then needs a room, and then it will get a corridor coming off it. And from here on out, we don't know what they are or what way it's going to go. So I'm going to take a room here.
We'll pop one over here.
And then I'm just going to go down Main Street. I'll give you some corridors, actually. Otherwise, you're not going to be able to do any.
That would be nice, yeah. That would be nice. See, I'll pop one of those in the centre there for us.
Pop that to there. And then you have the last one.
Indeed. Would I pop it? Should we go down like that?
Sure.
Why not?
A little bit woo, a little bit wee. So we have 5 corridors then to place because we're playing a 2-player game, and these have to go between rooms. So there's one. I'll put one over here.
I'll pop one down there.
3, 4, and we have one last one to go. And we have a few choices. So we could go between any of these rooms.
Could indeed, yeah.
Where do you want it?
I'll pop it over here for me because...
All right, because you're too lazy to walk?
Yeah.
Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, basically.
All right, okay.
Where do you think we're sitting?
Fair enough. Next thing, once you've got your Arkham Asylum map laid out, is we start filling the rooms with anomalies. They could be beneficial to us, like vending machines.
Yep.
Get coffee and donuts.
Oh,
Great.
Coffee and donut vending machine. Ooh, I think there's something there.
Or they can be security turrets,
Oh,
which are...
not quite as nice.
No, less so. So we
At
need...
least they don't take your money. Well,
Small mercy, I suppose. Small mercy. So they go into all of the unrevealed rooms, so only the hexagons. So if you want to pick out...
yes. One for each empty room.
One for each empty room.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. There we are.
And while you're filling those, I'm going to number the rooms. They get randomly numbered 1 to 6. I say randomly. I'm just going to throw them in 1 to 6. However, you start furthest away from the cells and work back. So
Right.
this can be different. And then, because I like me more, I'm going to put this one over here. So, and once we've done that, we then place a warden inside each of the numbered rooms. So I'll give you yellow wardens, and I'll have red wardens. Doesn't make a difference game-wise, they're exactly the same.
There we are. Lovely.
Now we move on to some of the more random things. And there's a deck of cards here, the event deck, which is used to randomize stuff. So if I give you one of those.
Thank you very much.
So at the bottom, you can see a number in a circle. Then you can see a rectangle, and you can also see a hexagon. So if you're being asked to randomize, you'll flip this. If you need a number, you just use the number in the circle. So room 3, this would be. If it's something affecting a corridor, then the symbol will either have a red star in the middle, in which case it happens on that corridor that you've activated that card in, or it might have a red line on one of the edges, in which case it would happen to the adjacent, in this case room, I suppose, because it's a corridor, going in that direction. Likewise, the hexagons are the same. So you may see a symbol in there saying it happens in this room, or it goes to an adjacent room, depending on how you're feeling. So we're not going to use those because that would be too much fun. However, we will go with this instead.
Fun is not allowed over here.
So vital information. We have to place 3 of these, which are just over there beside poison ivy.
These 3.
And we're going to place 1 in room number 5.
1 in room number 5.
1 in room number 6.
Number 6.
And 1 in room, number 6. I'll redraw that one. There isn't actually a limit, but I think it means we just all go herring straight for room 6 if 2 of them were in there.
I think that's a fair shout.
Yep. So we're almost ready to kick off then.
Indeed.
Only thing left to do is to take a look at our characters. So we'll explain things with Bane since you have Bane.
Why not? Let's see.
So every character has its own stat card. At the top, you get a variety of symbols. So, hello, my name is Bane. The first thing he has is that little sort of 90-degree turn. So that's evade as a stat, and he gets a black die. So there are black dies are the worst, green are the best, pink are in the middle.
He's not. He's quite a big chap.
He is a big. He doesn't
Can't evade very much. He can't turn very fast.
Doesn't turn on a pin. However, he does have 2 green dice in solve. So solve actions are used to manipulate things and to find clues, search rooms, that sort of stuff. Bane is, despite what the movie would let people know, Bane in the comics was an incredibly smart man.
Uh-huh.
And then we also have his attack. So his attack up top there will be a pink and a green dice.
It's called Bone Breaker. I like that. That
makes sense. Underneath it, you'll see a little question mark. In fact, 3 question marks. So if you get those, which are called cheat results on the dice when you roll them, then you can activate that if you wish. If you get 3 cheats, you can trigger that ability, which...
-1 bat symbols.
That's good. Underneath that, you have your trait, which is a passive ability that all of the villains have. I'm not sure what yours is. Mine is Agent of Chaos.
Mine is Venom Doses.
Ooh.
I do like some Venom Doses.
So you start with 3 Venom Doses?
I do indeed. The small starts with 3 Venom Doses. I can only have a maximum of 3. The small can spend a Venom Dose to gain opportunity and a question mark.
Ooh, okay.
This model could spend 4 opportunity tokens during its activation to gain back a Venom Dose.
Right. So we'll get into how we generate those during the game.
Indeed.
But yeah, you can get roided out on Venom. Below that, in the 3 boxes, they are craftable weapons, which require us to pick up items from searching as we go, and then we can craft these to give us benefits in combat or other things. And lastly, at the bottom is your health tracker, where when you hit ice cream, you are knocked out. I assume that's the worst ice cream headache anyway.
It's the world's worst brain freeze.
It is not. It does not mean your character's out of the game, mind you. They're just knocked down. They can recover. However, if all of the supervillains are knocked down in the same turn, then it's party
over.
Party over. Everybody's dragged back to their cells.
Batman's the biggest party pooper.
He really
That's
is.
All he is.
We also have skills. So we start with one. We're playing this in easy mode. So we start with 1 unlocked each. The other ones can be unlocked by doing a variety of things. So if I was to look at mine, I have the ability to reroll up to 3 dice from one of my tests. In the final stage, that goes down to 2. So that's quite nice. That's unlocked already. However, if I look at one of the other ones, joke's on you. So when I'm making a solve roll, I can add as many poison tokens as successes scored to the adversaries in the same tile. So give everybody a blast to the flower.
Yeah.
However, to unlock that, I need to do 4 things. So I need to give an event card to another player. And they also get a stun token. I need to do that twice.
Ooh.
And then I need to resolve at least 3 events at the end of a round twice. By doing that, those 4 unlocks then allow me to flip the card, and it's then available for the rest of the game within its remit, I suppose. I think that covers most things. Last is the dice. So if you pull in 1 of each, so there are 3 dice. They are, as I said, black is the weakest, pink is medium, and green is best. When you're rolling them, the dice cap is the amount of dice we have in the game physically. You can't go over it. You can't go, I'm going to roll 7 black dice. I'll just need to roll 2 more afterwards. So you're limited by what you have. The symbols on it, a star is a success. If you use either the black or the pink dice, they're probably easier to see.
There we are.
So there you see it. Stars are successes. The question marks are little cheat symbols. The bat symbols are disasters, and then the diamonds, so Harley Quinn's little lozenge, are opportunity. If we have opportunity tokens to spend, we can replace those symbols with whatever symbol we want. So maybe a cheat or maybe a success, depending on the situation you're in. If there are enough disaster symbols, enough bat symbols, and we're in a combat, you may get a reaction provoked by that. So there are thresholds for things. So you can succeed, but still be punched.
Yeah, still get a bit of damage.
Yeah, there's a bit of back and forth. That, I think, leads us on to starting the game. So we'll be right back in 2 ticks. Okay, we're all set up and ready to go. First things first, you have your 6 action tokens.
I do indeed.
I need 6 action tokens. These are how you activate your character when you're playing. Various actions cost different points from 0 to 2. We also need an event card each.
Oh no.
Which is face down and resolved at the end of the adversaries, or at the beginning of the adversaries phase after we're finished. So, we have a first player. Do you want to be first?
Sure, I could be first, yeah.
Race. That's what I like to hear.
Why not?
Why not, indeed. When you activate, you can spend any amount of your actions to do whatever you want within limits. There is attacks, collect, search, secure, craft, evade, move, manipulate, and recover. Lot going on there, but it's relatively simple. Most won't really apply unless you happen to be in a situation where you need them to. So a action token will allow you to move 1 tile.
Indeed.
So Bane is going to start off. And what way are you going to go?
I think I'm going to come towards myself here.
Okay.
Big hulking boy running down this corridor. That would be terrifying.
Yep.
There we go. 1 there.
First one's fine.
Spend another 1 to get into this undiscovered room.
Okay. And when you hit a room, the first thing you do is make a alert check, a security alert, which is just flip a card and see where we're going to be putting.
Ooh, it is inside the room with me.
It's a big red cross. You get a nailed token. So 1 of those.
Indeed.
Will go inside. You'll need to flip that tile over anyway. Nailed tokens aren't too bad individually, but when you get 2 together, they actually generate a challenge for the villains.
Thank you.
Cheers. So that's okay, but if something happens, like an event, or if you move past that into another room, and then it spawns a point behind you, they left all the nailed tokens, and then something will happen. If you can't deploy them, if it tells you to put it in a tile off table and there is no tile there, it goes onto the security panel instead, and then they are generated from here. So,
which is not good.
No, it's
definitely not good.
So what have you found?
Let's see. I have found the monitoring center. Lovely. If I do a secure action, I gain a spark if I succeed.
Ooh. Some of the names on these will have changed because this is a prototype. I believe a spark is opportunity.
Ah, right.
But you also have an anomaly in the room with you.
Do indeed. Let's see what's in here. It's some sort of gargoyle.
Okay, so that is a Batman spot. We haven't activated the Batman challenge yet. Thankfully, he only kicks in when we start getting up to red.
That is good.
But that is potentially a location that he will spawn from when he's creeping around in the darkness. So that will harden him. However, that's your second action. What's next?
It is indeed. Let's see, I could gain an opportunity when I'm in this room.
Yes.
Opportunity is quite handy.
Opportunity, it can be used to replace some dice symbols.
Yeah.
You can pump venom into yourself, can't you?
I can. Oh, yeah, it's extra handy for me, isn't it?
Yep.
Ooh.
So definitely having opportunity is always good.
Yeah. I think I will do that for my third action.
Okay, so you're going to manipulate.
I think so. It says secure on it.
Yep. So to activate that, you're going to have to use your solve.
Okay, which is 2 greens, which is amazing.
And at the moment, we are only on green level alert, so the difficulty is only
a 3.
3. Yep.
Wow. Okay.
So, just don't mess it up.
Oh, just passed it. Just got a 3.
Good enough, though.
My oh
Good
my.
enough.
I almost did mess that one up.
That's okay.
not
So you get a
bad.
little opportunity token. There's some over there.
Indeed. I need to start racking these up.
Yeah, start stockpiling those.
Indeed. Right, on to my 4th action then. I think I'll just move again. I'll pop into this corridor here.
Well, you could search that room before you leave for crafting materials or additional weapons.
Or do I go back for it?
Well, at the end of the turn, or rather in the strategy phase at the start of our next turn, all the search tokens go away. So you could search the same room multiple times. You just can't do it in the same turn. So you're better searching when you're in there.
I will do that now then.
So I'll pop a little search token in just so we know it's been done. And you're going to get yourself
Let's have a wee look.
a bit of equipment.
Let's see. Bandage. When making a recover action, add 2 successes to the result. Oh, that's quite good. I mean, I'm a pretty tanky guy,
That is
so
filth. Yeah.
I might not have to, but that's good. That's handy to have. That's very handy to have.
Okay. And now you can keep your remaining 2 or you can push on.
Oh, the
If you
guard.
keep them, you can't go back. But if you keep them and some guards come and hunt you out, you can use them to evade. So you can try and avoid some damage.
Yeah, let's do that. Play it safe for now. I'm a big guy, but, smart guy.
Smart. That's certainly one way of putting it. I am the Joker. I am a raving madman, and I'm going to spend my first to go there.
He's completely reasonable, aren't you?
And then I will spend my second to go in here, and I'll flip a card for alert. So, in that case, I can actually place behind me. So,
Don't
pinned
go back
goes
through
there.
that room.
No. Well, it's
Corridors, it's out.
when it's done, it's done. Let's move our guys out of the way. I have also found a security turret. So if I'm still in this room at the end of the turn, it's bad for me. And this is Zaz's cell. Attack gives me +1 infamy when removing the target. So that's good because more infamy equals bigger win for me. I'm going to go ahead and spend another token to attack. And I roll one whole shiny black die, which is the worst die. And when you're attacking, I'll throw you a warden card across and show one of these guys off. So when you're attacking, what you do is take the middle 2 that are sort of boxed together, which is defense and armor, and add them together. And that's the number of successes you need to equal to do damage. And if you exceed it, then you do bonus damage for each one over it. So he's not particularly well armored. His defense of 4. You cannot get 4 on 1 dice, which leads us to an interesting little mechanic in this game, which is called push your luck. There are 6 black dice in the game, and you can choose to roll as many of those as you want to succeed, up into the dice cap of however many dice there are. That's good. However, if I hit 5 Batman symbols, 5 disasters, it pushes our security level up by 2.
Which is not good.
It's not,
We do
it's
not
not great.
want that.
It doesn't hurt me, but it's not great. However, I can mitigate this somewhat. So I've got a crowbar and I'm starting with 1 dice. But if I draw an extra event, I can get a extra green die for being an agent of chaos.
He's quite chaotic.
I am quite chaotic. So when I draw 1 event card face down to add a green dice to any action except evade, unless I have 3 event cards, so I can't go over 3. Before revealing the event cards, look at 2 of them, and I can give one of them to another supervillain. So I don't have 3, so I can't push any away at the moment, which is a terrible shame. However, I've now got a green die and a black dice, and I can re-roll 3 of my dice for my luck, so I may as well take at least one more black. Yeah. Because why not?
May as well go for it.
I think so. Our survey says 1, 2, 3, 4 successes. So 4 successes equals, so it'll do 1 damage to Mr. Warden.
Not quite enough to kill him.
No, not enough to kill him. I could re-roll those with my Joker's Luck, but I won't. I've put some damage on him.
Yeah.
Instead, I'm going to spend another action to do the same again.
Oh.
I'll draw another event card.
Oh no. He's going to rack these up quite quickly.
I might push an extra black dice in as well.
Oh no.
So 1, 2, 3, 4.
4 again.
So another damage to him. 3 disaster symbols, not enough to raise the alert level. And he'll take another bit of damage. They have 4 damage each. I just need a really good roll.
You really do, yeah.
That's all I need.
You can get rid of him.
I'm going to spend another action token. Before I draw this, I have to look at 2 of these and give one of them away. So...
Oh no.
You won't know. Oh.
Aren't we meant to be friends?
Yeah.
Breaking out of the same prison.
Frenemies?
Frenemies? Yeah.
Is another word?
Yeah, probably.
Neither of those is great. I'm going to say you could probably succeed with that one.
Oh no.
So I've now got my 3 again. And I'm going to push my luck.
Please kill him this time. I don't want any more.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Oh.
No, not this turn. Plus
you could re-roll them.
I could, no.
Could re-roll them? Try and get the 2.
Because I haven't re-rolled yet.
Yeah.
And I can re-roll up 2. So if I just re-roll the green dice, I just need successes on this.
There you go.
I get 2.
There we are.
Oh, you're very clever, Mr. Bond. I like you. You're always thinking. So, again, haven't actually blown my load on that. Never raised the alert level.
Yep.
Our first warden is dead. I get a bit of infamy. So whenever you remove a adversary or the last member of a group, because normally they come in groups, these ones thankfully are scattered around. But when you remove your adversary, you get an infamy. And infamy are essentially victory points. I have a little infamy token.
There you are. And you get an extra one for being in that room.
And I get an extra one for being in that room because Zaz is great. So there's little counters to help me keep track. They can go up and down throughout the game. But you also have your own little infamy dial. And every time you're awarded infamy, and you can get it for killing, but you can also get it for solving problems and stuff like that.
Or doing heroic things.
Doing villainous things.
Villainous things, sorry, I should say.
You can flip it around so it starts there. I will get an extra event card. That's for my first.
That's not a good thing.
That's not a good thing. So I've got 4 events. My second infamy will give me another infamy, so I get bonus infamy.
There we are. 3 infamy already.
So I'm up to 3 victory points. Everybody loves the Joker. He's so great. While I'm in here, I will search because I'd like stuff too. I get a tube. So when make a reroll of 1 dice when making an attack. That's all right. Or you can spend it for additional evade bonus, or I can use it to start building stuff. In this case, it's actually an M from material, so I can use it for my special attack. So I'll probably hang on to that. And I have 1 left. And because I do not want to be in the room with the security camera, I'm going to move into this corridor. Moving into the corridor, flip that over. Presumably some of these corridors in the future may do things. At the moment, they're fairly
just corridors.
Standard. I get a pinned or nailed token in the corridor with me, but not enough. That's the end of our phase.
Now we're on to the good guys phase?
Yeah, it goes, adversaries phase. The first thing you do in the adversaries phase is to resolve event cards. starting with player 1. You've got the tokens, so
myself.
you're player 1.
Let's see. Right. Morale drop.
Oh no, what a terrible shame. That's
An
horrible.
immediate effect. If perform a solve test with a difficulty of 5. If not successful, I suffer a stun.
Thankfully,
That's the one you gave
that's
me,
the one
isn't it?
that is the one I gave you.
Oh, my.
In my defense, you have 2 green dice.
That is true.
I'm never solving that.
That's true. A 5.
I'm more or less always just taking a stand. So
5.
5.
Ooh.
I mean, they go up to 3.
Yeah, if I'm lucky.
Just roll and be lucky.
Yeah, I'll just be lucky, I guess. I'm not very lucky.
I know, that was so close. That was 4 and a bat symbol. Oh no, it's not. There's a cheat there as well. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
3.
Sucks to be you. So you're going to be stunned. So you can pop that on your character.
Thanks.
What's your next one?
So nice.
I think so.
Right. They are angry, which is immediate again. Give this card to other player. One of the models of its controlled adversary group must make 2 moves.
Okay.
So I'm gonna. Well, I have to give it to you.
You have to give it to me. That is true.
what you get.
We'll get to controlled adversary groups in a moment because it's the next step. So that's your 2.
Indeed.
And then I will just go ahead and resolve my 4 then. First up, increasing security, make an alarm test.
Oh no.
Instead of adding any alarm, add alert equal to the adversary with the highest threat in play. So we only have threat 1s in there at the moment.
That is good. Good to have at the start of that one.
Well, yeah. However, what's our alarm say? So it goes into the corridor behind me. So I'm quite...
Yeah, you're quite trapped. You're going to have to go forward.
Yeah. Well, I'm not particularly worried. I've now got 3 behind. So the alarm test, that's okay. Add the alert equal to the adversary. Okay, so our alert is going to go up by 1. So security starts ticking forward.
Not terrible.
No, could be worse. That's only the first, though. Electric shock, immediate. Assigned a stun token to all the models in the room.
Just you.
It's just me.
That's what you get.
In my corridor. Okay. Time is running out. Increase the ticking clock by 1. No. So
Okay.
up to 2 now.
Well, nothing's done any damage to you yet.
No. That's okay. I'm as badly off as you are. Tripped. Give this card to another player. You suffer 1 damage.
Oh, come on.
I'll give it to you and you give it right back to me and I'll discard it, but you take a hit there.
1 damage.
Chummy
Lovely.
boy.
Lovely. Thank you so much. You're so kind.
What I will say, though, is that is resolve at least 3 events at the end of the round.
True.
So I'm going to put a little cube on there for my first. And, when giving an event card to another player, this model receives 1 stun token.
I've also completed 1. Make a search.
So I'm going to take a second stun for that. You've made a search. Just have a little cubelet.
Thank you very much.
Doesn't matter which color cube you use, really. Okay. So events are resolved.
Yeah.
Next up is adversaries.
Oh no.
We only have 2 adversary groups on the table. Yellow and red wardens. So what you do is shuffle a card for each adversary that's on the table, and obviously more can spawn. And then we get 1 each.
Thank you. Let's see.
So who have you?
I've got the yellow ones.
I've
the
got-
ones over by me.
I've got red.
Well,
Oh dear, what a terrible shame.
well,
So you get to move yours first.
indeed.
They have 2 actions, one of which is move, and the other one must always be a engagement or support of some type. So you can move your little guys one hexual or 1 corridor.
Boop. Boop. And I think that guy just got up the middle. Why
Right.
not? Could go for either of us.
He could.
And they can't make another action because I'm not in the same room as them.
Nah, look at me. I'm so clever. If I was a terrible man, I would do something, like this.
Yeah, move him.
Start pushing to, well, I suppose that abandons 3. Really, I'm opening the way for you because we're friends.
That is, yeah, we are good, we're very good friends.
Yeah.
Clearly.
Yeah, well, without doubt. I don't like him being there. I'm going to throw him in with Mr. Joker just to try and clear another guy out of the way, because it seems as good as anything, really. I get 2 moves with my adversary group, so because of the card. So I'll just push him into there.
Look at that, clearing the way for me.
Yep.
Lovely.
I thought so. So the wardens, the adversaries, they all have fixed stats. They don't roll dice. They will just do an amount of damage. In this case, they will do 1 damage and a stun on their attack.
It's not terrible.
It's not.
I mean, you're not very tanky though.
I'm not very tanky at all. to a value of half of my stat line is ice creams. What I will say is, if a supervillain in the same tile makes an attack, blah, 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 don't care about that. Okay. So in this case, I'm going to take 1 damage and get another stun.
Ouchies.
If I had an action token left, I could evade. Unfortunately, I tried to push on because I didn't want to be in the room with the security camera, because that is worse.
Yeah, well, it's either get beaten by a baton or shot.
Well, these things are sent to try us. So I'm going to take a point of damage. Let's get a little red cube. And I will take another stun token. That's, it's not the worst in the world.
Could be better.
Could be better, could be worse.
Could be worse.
So that's the end of the first turn. We'll just push straight into turn 2, just to show you how this goes. So the very first thing in turn 2 is the strategy phase. And the strategy phase, which we skipped the first time around because there wasn't anything to really do, is first off, you take your action tokens. However, they are limited by the amount of stun you have. So you get 5.
Indeed.
And I get 3 this turn.
Ooh.
However, you then discard the stun tokens you have. So stun only stays for 1 turn and then goes away. Which isn't, it's not the worst.
Isn't terrible.
No, you can cope with it. You can live with it.
Unless you get stunned.
Unless you get stunned. Rooms that were searched lose their search tokens.
Indeed.
So
there you are.
Chuck that over to there. And if there was anything else effect-wise that was in play that needed to be removed, would remove it now as well. However, everything's okay. We're all okay here.
Every little thing's going to be all right.
Charming. I'm glad you think this is going to be the case, Bane. I am less agreeable on this one. And then the first player token flips. So I get to be the king of the asylum.
The king of kings.
That is me. Look upon my works, ye mighty in despair. Like Ozymandias. So, I only have 3. And there's a guy right in front of me. I mean, it would be rude not to. Oh, actually, because I spent that taps back in the strategy phase as well. Okay. I don't want to be here anymore, but I obviously need to deal with Chuckles. I'll have 1 blat at his head. So
why not?
1 action.
Give it a go.
Draw a vet card for green dice. Because at this stage, why not? And then I'll just take all 6.
Take all 6. Oh, God. Oh, no.
It'll be fine. It'll be fine. I don't know why you're worrying.
Yeah, sure. You know what? Sure.
What is the worst?
If you don't kill him,
that could happen, yeah?
If you
2. Oh, that's a lot of Batman symbols.
Oh, no.
3, 4, 5, 6. 6. So that would be 3 on him. He'd still be alive. Yeah. I can re-roll 3 dice, though, or up to 3 dice with my special Joker's luck.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
So do I re-roll the one that's a success at the moment?
I don't know, do you? Oh, he's going to.
I think I do.
Oh, no.
1, 2, 3, 4. No disasters at all. He takes all the hits.
That was lucky.
That wasn't, well, yeah, it was the Joker's luck. The Lord's own luck. Always push your luck. I don't know why you're worried about it.
Oh, my.
I'll just pop him over there and I'll have another infamy for being awesome.
I haven't got any infamy yet.
That's because you suck.
I go punching down this corridor.
You suck. Whereas I am full of infamy. My little infamy tracker tells me, I guess, an opportunity token.
Oh, an opportunity.
Little purple things. Thank you. So I can use those to replace bits or pieces, or potentially other effects. I'll then spend one to enter this room, which I'm sure is perfectly fine. Nothing to see here.
Famous last words.
First, do a security alert. So straight into the room with me.
Oh, you're leaving a trail of destruction behind you.
They know I'm here. It's safe to assume everybody knows I'm here. However,
Stealth was never an option.
Hugo Strange's office. Doctor Strange. Not that one. 1 action point, once per round. Move 1 trophy up to 2 tiles. Oh, okay.
Okay.
Then I have one of those as well. Let's just see what one of those is. Okay, so hole in the wall. Bit like the Shawshank Redemption. You can use it to escape rooms, not the whole place, unfortunately.
Oh.
But what I do is I take another, and then I can place it anywhere. Yeah. I replace another anomaly token in play when making a move action within the revealed room with a wall hole. You can immediately move to the other revealed room with a wall hole as if they were adjacent.
Teleport.
You see Batman. Remove Batman.
I would love to remove Batman. Possibly with my fist.
Well, give it time. That won't stop Batman from appearing, but now lets us jump from this room to that room for the cost of 1 action point.
I like that.
As we squirrel through the tunneling systems. So that's all great. Obviously great news. I think I'll search for my last. For I have no fear. Nothing's close enough to kill me at the moment.
True.
Cleaner Man. Gain. -- cheat. -1 for the current attack action. Okay. Less worried about that. More impressed by the fact that it is another piece of material. So I'm getting closer to crafting my acid flower of death.
Very nice.
That is all I can do, but I think that was sufficient with three action tokens.
Actions, that was good.
Over to Bane.
Let's see. I might pop on over to you, you know. Have a run down this corridor.
Yeah, bring it in for the big win.
Yeah, why not? First action. I will use the wall hole. Good evening. I don't know how I fit. That must be a big hole.
That is a very big hole. Better pop a search there because I have searched, so you can't this turn.
Probably should have searched that room before I left, but well.
Well, you can't have everything.
Be all right. And I will pop down this corridor here.
So doing that, the corridor you're in is the one that gets nailed.
Lovely.
So they're following you. There's just a stream of cameras flickering on as we barrel down here.
Let's see. I'll move again into the next room. Pop those over there. Wow, what have we got? The audio-visual room.
It's stimulating.
Lovely.
And again, the room you're in is the one that gets nailed.
Well, you can't come this way.
I can, because once they're revealed, they don't spawn another one.
Yeah.
It's just if we start, at some point, we will start triggering things. But we've been lucky so far. What's your anomaly?
My anomaly is, what's a vending machine?
Oh, well, that's excellent.
Lovely.
You can interact with that to draw a guard or a warden 1 tile towards it. So they hear like the sweet, sweet sound of coffee or the slow corkscrewing of a donut about to be dropped. And, free food.
Free food.
And wander towards it.
Good evening.
Possibly not one to you. Well, unless you want to draw them in, then punch them in the face.
I was going to, but then I remembered I could just move into that corridor.
You could.
Next to me, discover it, see what's in there.
Well, you could search first. Remember, we're trying to find the bits for our plans.
Yeah, but then I can't punch anyone. Punching is fun.
Punching is fun. You are correct.
I think I'll punch him.
Oh, okay. All right, fair enough.
Let's pop into this corridor here.
And our survey says the corridor you're in is the one that nails.
Okay,
So
right. Okay.
I feel we're setting ourselves up for something horrendous in a moment. But what can you do?
Okay.
So punching for Bane.
Punching. So my last action to give him a good old punch. Let's see. Bane, for his bone breaker, just his fist, that's what he calls it.
Yep.
Probably, I don't know. Is a pink and a green, so pretty good.
Right.
Pretty good.
Do you want all the black dice?
I could. I could really decimate him.
I mean, what's the worst that could happen?
Yeah, what is the worst that could happen?
Summon Batman. That's the worst that could happen.
Should be all right.
Okay.
I'll decimate him. Why not? First punch that I get. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
7, 8 on the pink.
I didn't even see that was there. Well, that is enough to kill him.
Yeah, that is one shot, one kill. Do you have enough bat symbols to trigger the warden's reaction?
3 bats. 3 bats.
No, so you need 5 to do that. See, always push your
Always
luck.
roll as many dice as you can.
I mean, there's nothing will ever go wrong.
Nothing
if you
can go
roll.
wrong.
Yep.
It's exactly how you should play this game every time.
You will get an infamy.
I will indeed. Lovely. First one on there. Let's see what Bane gets on his tracker. Get an opportunity.
Get an opportunity. Oh, you filth wizard.
That ain't bad. I'll have that. There we go.
I'm hoping
That's
for an
2.
event.
Delicious.
Okay.
Fantastic.
And that's your first infamy as well.
It is indeed.
And that's the end of our turn. So, adversaries. Not that it really matters.
Not really, but...
Unless something weird happens on the old evento.
True.
You can have that one.
Very much. I got the same one again.
I got red again.
Lovely.
Wow. My event.
I don't have any.
Accumulated stress. Give this card to another player.
Oh, come on.
Its supervillain cannot use its trait. It can discard by removing a cube from a skill card or flipping it back. So you're either stuck with that without having your trait for a while, or you have to go back a notch on the one you start to unlock, or the one that starts unlock because we're playing easy. You have to flip it over.
No,
not that.
No.
Never that. Okay, and then movement. I'm moving reds. Go. Come and find Bane. That's all I can do with that.
Yeah. Yellows. Pop in there, and I guess this guy would pop down here and try and cut us off from going down there, possibly.
Okie dokie.
I don't know how bright these guys are.
They're not particularly bright. We'll not worry too much about them. Obviously, we'd now move on to a new turn, clearing these things up and adding our activations back up to max.
Indeed. No stuns this time.
No stuns.
Yes.
However, I think I'll show you how you generate a challenge, and then we can skip on and we can have a look at some of the other components rather than go through this. You can see how it plays out. You move around, you search, and then hopefully we will find the bits and pieces we need. I think all of the rooms we've not uncovered yet are where we need to be.
I think so, yeah.
Pretty much, yeah. Okay, so a challenge. If we had actually spawned 2 of these in the same room, so if when we flipped the card it said to put it in the corridor behind you or the corridor in front or whatever it happens to be, when you've got 2, you generate a challenge. They get removed, so they're no longer in play, and you randomly generate one of these cards. So just take the top one off.
Thank you very much.
And so we get one of these. The first thing to note is where they arrive. So we'll say at the very bottom what the arrival is for it. I can't read it from here because
The active player selects a tile that contains a supervillain.
Okay. So in this case, that would be me. So I would just imagine they all pile in out of a room you can't see.
Yeah. They're all in the janitor's closet.
Yeah.
Don't know what they're doing in there, but
Who knows? Second thing is up at the top, it tells you what type they are. So they're basic. There are elites. There are name characters. This one's also ranged. Your security guard's melee. So in this case, we would get 3 baton-wielding security guards.
3 baton-wielding security guards.
Yep.
Let's see. 3 of these boys.
Yep.
There we are.
And you would just match them. In this case, they're matched to the colour.
Yep. There we go.
Bump, bump, bump.
I don't know, I kind of feel sorry for them.
Well, you might do.
Bane.
You might do. You have the same as before with the wardens. It tells you what their health is per man.
Per man.
Their,
They are per man.
their equipment and armor. So in this case, they're a combined defense and armor of 5. So a bit tougher. You still only get 1 infamy. That little skull tells you the threat level, so they're not particularly threatening. But they do have a attack with a damage of 2.
Yep, that's quite sore.
And they have a trait. And what's the trait say?
Supervillain cannot perform the secure action within range 1 of this model.
Okay.
So can't secure anything.
That's
in the next rooms.
So you're not really worried about that.
Not really, no.
Their reaction is a bit beefier than the last one, so...
Yep. 4 disasters. I get a damage and an alert.
Right, so wardens aren't particularly threatening,
Yes.
but the Arkham guards are a bit more punchy.
Clearly.
And in this case, you've got 3 to get through. And they don't always come in on you. They can come in various places. So, I mean, arrival-wise, it could be the tile of the supervillain with the most infamy. So it could have barreled into me. Sometimes they appear at the cell where you started from. They just generate that way.
That would have been nicer.
It would have been a lot better. Likewise, it's the same as interacting with the guards. So you would fight them in the same way and they fight back in a similar fashion. However, you don't get the infamy until you've removed the last member of the group, in which case you have to beat down 3 of them at once.
Yeah.
Which is, delightful.
Good
But
fun.
that's how you generate a challenge. Obviously, there are bigger challenges, one of which is Batman.
The biggest challenge.
But we're going to quickly set up and show you how the Batman fight would go. So we'll be right back. Okay, we're back. We've set it up as if we've played on for a little bit and encountered Batman. So I have crafted my delightful Joker special attack for the purposes of this. So it has 3 uses, 2 pink dice, piercing 3, which is handy, and I have a potential to get an additional +1 piercing for every 2 cheats
That's very
on a roll.
nice.
Yeah, it's handy. It's good. I like it. Bane, you have...
I crafted 2 of mine. I got the upgraded dosificator. When using a venom dose, add to the roll 3 question marks for free,
Okay.
which is not bad at all.
Yep.
And then I got enhanced venom as well. When this model spends a venom dose, it also gains 1 pink dice for that action.
Okay. So if you imagine you've been playing for a little while, Batman will not appear until you reach red on the security level. So in this case, we've pushed on up to there. We've placed him. Now, when you start with a Batman as a challenge encounter, the first thing you need to do is see what his equipment is. So equipment here is going to be environment upgrades. He ignores all effects and disarm. Discard 3 cheats from the attack roll against Batman. Oh,
Right.
that's horrible.
That is a bit horrible.
I'm not a fan of either of those. Batman himself has his own card, as do all of the sort of the main bosses and challenges. So if we take a look at that, you'll see he has 5 health. He also has a combined defense and armor of 8 and a threat level of 3.
Very beefy.
Yeah. He has a trait.
Trait, indeed. Supervillain that makes a move from the tile where Batman's model is, that supervillain receives a stun token.
Okay.
That's not terrible.
It's not appalling, but it means running away from him just means he will club you to death.
Indeed.
He has his deck of attacks. His attacks are randomly generated, so this turn would be whatever that is.
What's he going to get? Aerial strike?
Right, that is horrendous.
That is really bad.
That is utterly, utterly appalling. We should have really planted a really easy one to deal with. However, it explains what's going on. So the first thing is the damage. Like the other guards, he will do a fixed amount of damage. So in this case, it's 10/12. So that anomaly token we found when we were exploring the Batman spot. If this encounter happens in that room, he uses the second, the one with the bat symbol beside it, so he deals more damage in Batman's spot. He's hiding, he's waiting, he comes out of the shadows and beefs you right up.
It's like Santa Claus, but not Santa Claus.
Well, he brings gifts. He brings gifts of punches and batarangs. So he'll only deal 10 damage. The effect he will apply is stunned. There's a -2 green dice when you're fighting him. And handicaps, you cannot use cheat results. Just really annoying me now.
No.
And on reactions, he'll do +1 alert, so the security level goes up by 1, and also -1 to your success. So
that's horrible.
That is not a great way to start. However, we have some ways of getting around this. So let's assume Bane is up first. When you attack him, you attack like normal. So you can choose any of your traits, any of your special attacks, anything like that. It's potentially, we potentially may have generated more opportunity tokens by now. We didn't. We just stuck with what we had. So all of these can be used. And then when you attack Batman, you can choose your successes, either deal damage like normal, in which case you need to get beyond that 8, or reduce his incoming damage.
Right.
You cannot choose to deal damage if his incoming damage would knock you out. So you can't. So, I mean, you're on 9 at the moment.
Yep.
So you could let 8 go through. Or sorry, you're on 1 damage. So you could let 8 go through or 9 go through and then push all of it into attacks.
Yep.
Or you could try and fend off as much as possible to just keep standing upright. We're working on the principle, you go, then I go, and then Batman will activate again in the adversary phase. He's a predator. He'll just stalk us and beat us down. Yep. So, but you've got 6 actions. I've got 6 actions. We can leather this guy.
Yeah. Sure.
Yeah. No.
Yeah.
Not feeling it. Not feeling the love.
Not really.
Do you want me to start? Do you want the Joker to show you how it goes?
Go for it.
Okay. So I would activate to use my Joker special attack, which has got the piercing on it, although not the bonus piercing because all of his gadgets apparently are stopping me from cheating this turn. Because that one is no cheats at all, isn't it?
What is it, this one?
Yeah.
No cheats at all.
Right, okay. So the equipment that says disarm -3, I still could have cheated if I got 5 or more cheats for extra piercing.
Yep.
In this case, no though. So I'll start with 2 pink dice for my special attack. It also has a range. I could have done this from another room away if I have a line of sight. But, you can't have everything. I would definitely draw a card. Definitely. So there's no reason I wouldn't. To throw a green dice in there. And then I would have all of the black dice, please. Oh, -2 green
dice.
So I can't.
I mean, you can still do it.
I can still do it, but yeah. It would give me nout. Oh, in that case, give me all of the black dice.
All of the black dice.
All of the black dice.
This time I don't blame you.
No, you won't. I mean, what are the chances of getting all the Batman symbols?
Don't say that. Oh my.
That is a lot of the Batman symbols. That is 8 Batman symbols. 9 Batman symbols. So that's 3. That's 4.
It's not quite enough, I don't think.
That is not, as you say, quite enough. Discuss. Now, before you say anything, I thought that was a great idea. I am going to use my Joker's luck.
Yep.
To re-roll 3 of those black dice. So I mean, at the moment I have 2, 4, 5. I'm through his armor because of my piercing. I'm doing 1 damage to him.
Oh, he's got 8 armor.
He's got 8 armor, but my piercing is 3. Goes
so
through that.
Yeah.
So
that is true.
So I just need to do a few more because if you hit 5, you drive him off. He's not dead. He's not knocked out. He gets driven off, and he'll come back again later. That's much better.
Oh.
2, 3, 4. So that's 9 in total.
That's not bad.
That's pretty spanking gorgeous.
That's very nice.
I could spend one of those, and you'll see why in a moment, to change one of my opportunities into another success. So I would get 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 successes.
Wow. Wow.
Yes. So 10 successes. His armor is currently
8.
-3 for piercing is 5.
Yep.
However, I've said I probably would be sitting on 3 damage by now. You can recover in between. I might be on 0, but 3 seemed reasonable to me. So I can't use all my successes for full-on damage because I'll get knocked out. So I need to save some of them.
Yep.
From Mr. Punchy there. So what am I going to do then? He would do me 10. I can take 1, 2, 3, 4. So I will take 4 points of damage. And then, 4 points of damage is that's terrible. I mean, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, hang on, I flipped 1, so 6. So there'll be 6 still there. So 4 points of damage.
So you would do 2 damage to him?
I would
With
do
your AP3?
No, I think I've got to soak more because otherwise I'm knocked out, and you can't be knocked out. I can't choose to be knocked out.
Oh no.
So 4 of my successes get eaten. Let's leave that one in. That's my 4 eaten successes. That gets me borderline.
Yep. Batman's terrifying.
Batman is terrifying. Actually, I can't. I'm looking at it. I can't. Even with penetrating, I need to use my last 6 to keep me on the cusp of death. Is that right?
My. He does 10 damage.
He does 10 damage. I made 10 successes.
Yeah, so yeah.
Oh, no. I could take 4 to put 4 onto him.
Mm-hmm.
But then that doesn't even equal his armor.
No, it doesn't.
No, it doesn't. No, because his armor's 5.
Yeah.
Even with my pierce.
Pierce has an armor of 5.
Well, he's got a defensive 5 and armor of 0 then at that point.
Yep.
Oh, wow. Oh, my God. I feel like Batman's about to kick the Joker into touch. Okay. Yeah, I think I just have to block everything. I'm trying to work out if I can even get 1 damage onto him. But no, not really. Is the answer there?
I don't think so.
No, I can't. Oh, that's terrible.
Oh my.
So that was my first action. I would have to do the same again. But now I don't have the reroll.
Yeah. Oh no.
I was hoping my pierce would get through there. At least do a bit of damage before Bane comes in to polish him off.
It didn't.
It really didn't. This is slightly better. 2, 3,
Doesn't look terrible.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11.
There you go. That's not terrible.
That's not terrible.
Not terrible at all.
Now, obviously, it's not ideal because, again, Batman. But if I take 4 damage with my pierce, I can get 1 dig into him with my 11.
Just 1?
Just 1, although I'm borderline on the floor. Don't laugh at me.
This is great.
It's not great. Can I run away? If I run away, what happens to me?
If you run away, let's see. You suffer a stun token. That's all.
Okay, so that's
He just
next
gives you
turn.
a swift kick in the butt.
So that would be less terrible. So if I run into there, I'm not running away from you. I just need to back up and recover before I get completely lamped. What's my recover on? Green dice.
It's not great, but
Stop punching me, Batman. Stop punching me. I will draw one of those.
to give you another
two
green
dice.
dice. Yep.
On the off chance that I could actually do enough damage. I recover 3 wounds.
That's not bad.
It's puts me slightly worse off than I had been, but not terrible.
Could try and recover again.
Yeah, I could try and recover again.
There's not really much else you really can do. Well, you also have you have a ranged weapon, don't you?
That is my ranged weapon, which, if only I'd known, I would have probably been better. Recover another 2.
Not bad.
Right.
Good.
Well, the nice thing about that is it means my last attack, I can use my last squirty and hope that this time, or I just hold off and then try and use it next turn. Hopefully he won't be negating all my cheats.
Possibly.
Because a lot of piercing would be good.
Would be.
So I think I might just do that. I'll just sit here. What does Bane want to do? My advice, don't antagonize the bat.
Bane's going to try and punch the bat.
Oh, well, your funeral.
As I said, try. He's going to try. Okay, I have a lot of abilities that I could use.
Yeah, I would suggest using them all.
Right, let's see. So I can't use my upgraded dosificator because that just gives me 3 question marks, 3 cheats, which we can't use.
Which we can't use this turn.
Yep. My enhanced venom, though, I can use. That will give me an extra pink dice. Can I have another pink, please?
You can have another pink.
Thank you very much. Right. His bone breaker is a pink and a green, getting an extra pink for my enhanced venom.
And then minusing a green because Batman.
Yeah.
Do you want 6 dice?
Oh, yeah, I think so. Are we on the final stage?
No, the final stage will come next, which is when you're up against the boss. Essentially, this is Batman's just a bonus.
Huh?
Batman's not the boss. Batman's
not the boss?
Batman's just someone there to...
What?
He's Batman.
Exactly, he's Batman.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, right, you know what, fine. This is going to go horribly wrong.
Just punch Batman in the face. That's all you have to do.
Let's see.
Punch him.
Right.
Oh my God, that was so much better than mine.
2.
Oh, not as much.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Many question marks. I can't use them.
Many question marks.
Can't use them.
What's Batman's reaction? On 4 bat symbols, 4 disasters.
4 disasters, +1 alert level, and -1 success.
Oh, what dear.
So it's only 9 successes.
9 successes.
I don't have AP.
And you don't have an AP.
So I could deal 2 damage to you, but...
You could spend opportunity tokens.
I could.
To turn 2 of them into successes.
Batman's annoying.
Batman is annoying.
Batman's annoying.
Yeah. So if you do that...
Yeah, we'll do that. Spend 2...
Okay, so...
2 more successes on there. Which puts me up to...
2, 4, 6, 8, 10... So put you up to 12.
12.
-1.
So 11.
So 11.
How much damage can I take? I can take 10 damage.
Well, you can take 9 currently.
Take the 9.
Because we've decided that you're on 1 damage. Because you're a tank. You just need to beat 8.
So if I take... So you take 2, or if I block 2...
Oh, just push 9 straight up there.
Should I?
Yeah. I mean, well, you need to attack him again is the only problem. Maybe push, some ways up there. You just need to land a couple of digs.
Yeah, so if I block 2 damage, he'll deal 8 to me, and I'll deal 2 to him.
Yes.
Yep. I think I'll do that.
That's not a bad start.
It's not a bad idea, which puts me up to 9. I need to recover.
What's your next action? Yeah.
I'm gonna run away.
You're gonna bounce off as well.
Gonna immediately run away.
So you're gonna get a stun for next
I am
turn.
indeed.
Oh no, what a terrible shame. And then recover.
Gonna recover. I'm definitely gonna recover.
What is your evade?
My
Your
evade.
evade's black.
It's 1 black dice.
That's not terrible. It's not great. You can always push your luck by adding more black dice.
Taking all of these, I don't care.
Yeah, you're in the young ones.
That's all right. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and a bunch of Batman dice.
6 and all of those.
Puts me back down to 3.
3.
Okay.
I mean, that's enough to run back in and punch him in the face again.
I do have the actions for it. That's the thing.
He's taken 2 damage. You only need to do 3 damage to drive him off. And we survive this encounter.
I think
The alternative is in the adversary phase, he comes after one of us and somebody goes away forever.
somebody goes night night. Oh no!
I'm not saying you should have run towards me, Fremini. You ran off down a different corridor, leaving me alone. You know, at least if we were insane, we could have gone down together. But you know,
Oh no! Okay, okay.
charge in, punch the Batman in the face.
Yeah, you know what? If I'll actually use use my Venom charge.
Yes.
Spend 1 action point to make both a free move and an action, or sorry, an attack action.
Oh, there you go. Definitely.
So one action point to move in and punch him again.
Punch him in the face.
Use my enhanced Venom again, so I get my 2 dice. Would get a green, but
But Batman
exists. Just exists. Don't like him. Don't like his face.
I can
Face
see
is
why.
terrible. Let's see. Come on. That doesn't look too bad. That's 2, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
12. So you're 4 past already.
He does 10 damage, so I have to negate 6. No, sorry.
7. So 7 of them have to go away.
No, I have to negate 3.
Oh, 3. Oh, well, that's okay. That's not as bad then.
Which puts me down to...
Take 7 in the face.
I could just take 7 in the face. And that would get rid of him, wouldn't it?
Well, you just need to do 3. So 3, go. And then whatever's left, you're hitting Batman
5,
with
6, 7, 8, 9.
9.
Would only do 2.
So he does 2.
Would only do 2.
But you'd be on 10. And then hear me out. Punch him again.
Punch him again. Oh.
Punch him again.
Go down swinging.
But punch him really hard this time. Super hard. What's your trait for Venom?
My enhanced Venom.
The actual trait.
Oh, can you guess what it is? The more opportunity I spend on it.
Yep.
Wait. This model can spend a Venom dose to gain opportunity
Equal to cheatings.
Cheats. How many cheats did I get there? 1,
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So
Give me 7 opportunities.
I would give you 7 opportunities. And then
3.
And then how many opportunities are on those dice? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Change them all into successes and pummel Batman.
Batman is nothing but a bloody pulp.
Good. I'm glad he's been punched in the face. The good news is Batman's not dead, but he is driven off. So Batman would just go away. And then that terrible piece of equipment goes with him as well.
God.
If he reappears, we would then draw a new terrible piece of equipment for him. In this case, he would get smoke pellets, which is much, much less terrible. And he would also draw a new fighting ability. I think you'd actually drop those in there. So strike from the start. I mean, only doing 6 damage, that's so much better.
Why couldn't we have gotten this one?
Well, because Batman. I think is the answer. Because Batman. So yeah, it's important to know that Batman is Batman. When he appears, he activates in the adversary phase as a predator, stalking the wings of Arkham Asylum, and possibly not a man you want to go toe-to-toe with unless you're Venom. I have been told definitely do not go near Batman unless you have at least one crafted weapon, in which case my crafted weapon would be amazing if he wasn't negating all of the abilities. Because he's Batman. He's a man who carries shark repellent on his belt. He knows what he's going to be up against and he will stop you.
He's ready for anything.
So that's more or less the core mechanics of the game. We only have one thing left to show you, which is the final boss fight.
Oh, fun.
Okay, we're back for the boss battle. And setup for the boss battle is fairly simple. When you have achieved all of the various bits you need to achieve, you found your bedsheet, you found your rubber bonds and all the rest, you need to go back to the rehabilitation centre when it must be on at least yellow alert. And at that point, you come to the final boss encounter. So, this is our final boss encounter. So it's the warden's office. There's some security to get through first. Aaron Cash's card there.
Indeed.
So this is Mr. Hook for Hand Warden. And he tells you in the final stage,
flip the escape plan and use the stop the reinforcements, lights out, and break the line cards.
Excellent. And you have those
I have here.
right there. So these tell us how we occupy.
Indeed. A lot of guards.
Yes.
Stop the reinforcements, set up, place 3 Arkham guards, 2 pink dice and 1 black dice on the space marked as 1. These dice cannot be used while they are on it.
Okay.
Lovely.
So these are bonus dice that we can collect if we actually achieve. And that one is Arkham Guards.
Yep, indeed.
So Arkham Guards, I think, are over with you.
They are indeed.
3 guys with guns pointing in the middle.
Guys with guns.
Yeah.
Guys with guns.
Guys with guns. Best way. Well, tasers to subdue. Okay, who's up next in room 2?
In room 2, we've got lights out. Place 3 security guards. 2 green dice, 1 black dice on the space marked as 2. These dice cannot be used while they are in there.
2 green, 1 black.
Yep. There we are. And then number 3, break the line. Place 3 shock troopers and Aaron Cash on the space marked as 3. No dice this time.
Okay, so 3 shock troopers.
3 shock troopers, oh my.
And Aaron Cash. And we just need 3 melee-based guards for the middle.
Melee-based boys, there we go.
And it's this simple. I say it's this simple. All we need to do is fight our way through each of these rooms in turn. If you give me the Arkham or the break the line cards, you can keep Aaron's there.
Thank you.
So when you flip them, it will explain what you need to do in the room. So, for example, in the first room, we need to close the door, which has a solve difficulty of +1 on the threat level. So if our threat level is currently at red, we'd need 6s to succeed. So really, if you're going to go in there, you need to lower it, but you can't be lower than yellow. Let's get rid of Batman's cards.
Yeah, we don't want another Batman.
No. Let the cops out. So it's a beating attack, difficulty 8. When resolving for each Arkham guard currently on the stage, reduce the successes by 1. So they work better in a group. So the first one to take down will be fairly tricky. Then it gets a little bit easier and a little bit easier.
Yeah.
Outcome, you would draw 1 event card and increase the security level by 1. If the situation is controlled, there are special rules. So a cheat would be 2 cheats actually is -1 alert, and 2 opportunity is -1 Arkham guard.
That's not bad. That's not bad.
And if we clear the room, we recover the dice and remove 1 of the 3 shock guards from the final room. Likewise,
Pretty many of those gone.
likewise with break the line. Break the line. Lights out. Same sort of thing. When you clear the room, you remove 1 shock guard and reduce them in a similar fashion. And then we hit break the line at the end. So if you manage to roll 4 cheats, you can remove 1 shock troop. So it is possible to batter your way through. And if you clear the last room and defeat Mr. Hook-for-Hand to get the final component for your zipline escape, then you can be on your way to freedom and only have to worry about Batman chasing you through the streets of Gotham. However, that is obviously a tricky thing to get through, so you can mark them off like that. As you play through the game, you can use things like the gossip that you find along with the other skills and bits of apparatus to help you in the final boss battle. If you go in half-cocked, if you go, well, we can grab these 4 pieces straight off the bat for the zipline and go straight to that room, you will not get out of Arkham.
You're not making it.
They know how to keep people subdued. This is not their first rodeo, and the fact that they've had, Bane, the Penguin, Scarecrow, Poison Ivy, and all these other infamous characters locked up for years means it's not the first rodeo. But that is all you need to do to escape. You make your way around the board, you solve the various sort of mysteries and collect your items, but definitely make sure you're ready to progress before you go in there.
You need to be ready.
Or you will be beaten down like Rorschach in a cafeteria. And there you have it. That is Escape from Arkham Asylum. There are 7 villains in the box for you to pick from, and you can play from 1 to 5 players when you're playing through. But the hope is they will unlock additional tiles, additional scenarios and escape plans, and also have sort of supplementary packs where you might get other predators to come hunting. So maybe Batman isn't there, but maybe Nightwing is, or the Huntress, or some of the other hero types. Maybe Commissioner Gordon is walking through the corridors of Arkham.
That would be interesting.
It would be. Anybody who's read Batman Year One will know that he beat a Green Beret down with his bare hands after giving the Green Beret a baseball bat to even the odds, because it's been a while. Batman is also tough, but I imagine Commissioner Gordon will not be a pushover in here. It's an interesting system. Obviously, it is still prototype, so a lot of these things may change. Some of the terminology definitely has changed. I know Alert is security level now, so I kept flipping between them because some of the cards refer to it that way. But let us know what you think below, folks. Whether or not you think you're capable of escaping Arkham Asylum. I don't know if zipline's the best way to go. I think dressing up like a doctor, especially if you're Bane, I imagine getting a big white coat on and like a little nurse's hat, one of those little paper nurse's hat.
No one would know.
Nobody would know. You'd be able to just put lipstick around the mask and off you go. Let us know what you think below, folks. Until next time, bye-bye.
We hope you enjoyed this Let's Play. Go ahead and check out our other content on screen now. And while you're at it, why not hit subscribe and remember to ding our dong. Go on, you know you want to click it. Go on.